When there's a will, there's a way. God will make it okay. What is up, YouTube? What is up? It's your girl Maya making moves, and I'm back with a video. Hey, and I'm back with a video. Hey, what is up, YouTube? What is up? It's your girl Maya making moves, and I am back without further ado with another video. So, first and foremost, I would like to say hello to my new subscribers. I noticed that my numbers have shot up, not by a lot, but I am very appreciative for the 200 subscribers that I have at this moment. I believe it's like 199, but when you round it up, you know, that's 200. You know, in school they teach you always round up if it's more than that 5. So what's going on to my 200 subscribers? I'm very excited about that number. But yeah, I'm very excited about my 200, and may we continue to grow and build the Maya Making Moves Ride or Die community. I need a name for my people, you know. I mean, it's 200, so I feel like y'all ride or die with me. And I think I say ride or die a lot in my video. So y'all are my ride or die. So to all my people that have been subscribed, hey, love you guys. All the new people, what's up? Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more content like the one that I'm about to give you guys today. So without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into the video. Start with the chit chat. This video is gonna be about Soca Community. Yeah, Carnival, Caribbean Carnival, Soca Community. If you're interested and want to learn more about this, come on, take a seat. I hope this video is not too long and that I can cover everything that I pretty much want to cover in this video. But this video is gonna be my feeling on the Soca Community and pretty much everything that's been going on, which I am starting to take, you know, a step back from the Soca Community and like just Soca music in general. And the reason why I classify myself as being part of the Soca Community is because I am part of group chats for certain events. I do travel to certain events, specifically for, you know, Soca Fets, Caribbean Carnival, etc. And I do know people outside of Chicago and like other states that I keep in contact with when we, you know, try to plan these trips. But for the most part, the trips have been okay. If I have to give it like a rating on 1 through 10, they'll be like a 5 or 6. The main reason why I give it a 5 or 6 is that I feel like these events can be ran way better than how they're being ran right about now. For example, as I mentioned, or if you go back and look at like my Caribana experience 2017, you know, these bands, they promise you like food and liquor and just you paying for the whole experience, right? Because one, carnival costumes aren't cheap, so they're charging you about, the cheapest costume probably costs you $290. But the more you go up to like frontline or midline, frontline, and start adding pieces, you can easily spend up to $1,000 on a costume. Bruh. Easily. And $1,000 costume is what they charge for like Trinidad and Tobago. So if I'm spending, you know, between $290 is like not that expensive, because that's the cheapest costume that I'll probably see in like Caribana. But for $290, and I'm paying for an experience, I just expect to receive nothing but what you listed out in your description when I bought the costume. And majority of the time, these bands do not provide their masqueraders with food. They hardly provide their masqueraders with water, and they don't even provide their masqueraders with alcohol. And if they do provide their masqueraders with food, water, and alcohol, that's because they know you. If you're somebody like myself coming into like these mass bands and, you know, thinking that you're going to get the fair treatment, guess again, because I personally feel that these mass bands pretty much look out for the folks that they know, you know, or models that can pretty much get them more people to join their bands, etc., etc. So that's one example why I'm like taking a step back from the Soca community. Another example is when you go to these carnivals, you're expecting to have pretty much all of your costume ready, done. Pickup should not take no more than 10 to 15 minutes, you know. But in some cases, that's not happening. People wait hours in line hoping to get a costume, just to stand in line for 3 hours or so, just for them to say, sorry, we don't have your costume ready, and send you on your way. Like, I'm sorry, what do you mean you don't have my costume ready? Like, my main purpose for coming to this country, this town, whatever, is for carnival, is for me to jump up in your band and have a good time. And it's just like, to me, you're ruining my whole entire experience because I can't do the one thing that I specifically came there for, which was to participate in your band and, you know, get the full carnival experience, which in that case turns out to be somewhat of a crappy experience for people that can't get their costumes. And it's been several cases where certain mass band, or there's been several cases where certain bands hired these people to do a section just for them not to have their costume prepared. That's a problem for me. And it put a dampers on your whole trip. Like I said, I'm going to these countries specifically to participate in carnival. And that means I pay for airfare. That means I pay for hotel. That means I pay for taxis to and from wherever just to get to your mass camp. And sometimes these mass camps are way out. For example, Toronto. The mass camps are like about a 45-minute drive away from the city. So I have to find a Lyft or Uber, whatever, just to get all the way across town just to go to your mass camp. And it's just like, that's not convenient. If you have a mass camp, maybe you should have like a pop-up shop where, you know, your masqueraders could come and pick up your costume, easy access for people who are staying in like the main area, and not have them drive about 45 minutes to an hour out to pick up a costume, or just to get there to find out that their costume is nowhere in sight. Like, really, this is what I mean when, this is another example of what I mean when the Soca community has to do better and hold people accountable for when they mess up, and know, okay, this section leader messed up, didn't have people costumes ready. We can't put this person back in our band, because that makes us look bad as a brand. So and then when they're hiring these people to be a band leader, they need to do a full investigation. Can this person handle the pressure? If not, then maybe this is not the job for you. And I know Carnival is all about making money, but when you got people traveling thousands of miles specifically for Carnival, you want to make sure that you give them nothing but the best experience, you know? Like, even in Jamaica, even in Miami, I've heard stories of people not having their costumes ready the night before Carnival or whatever. In Jamaica recently, they said that people was having issues with like customs trying to get certain items into the country. You should have known that. Like, you should have the costumes ready 3 weeks, no, 1 month prior to Carnival. And if anything, all you have to do was put little touches on to people's costumes. You should not be making costumes 2 weeks up to the Carnival. Like, no, that's just unwanted stress and pressure upon that individual. Like, no, don't do that, because then when you don't get the job done, and then Carnival goers are pretty much SOL because you didn't finish their costumes. Like, people, really? And what else that's like making me like take a step back from the Soca community? I want to say Ubersoca Cruise is like, as I'm sitting here analyzing everything, I would even say Ubersoca Cruise is making me take a step back from the Soca community, because one, my sister paid for the dry zone for Juve, and she didn't get her dry zone pass, and she spent literally all day walking from the spot where Juve took place, for them to tell her, oh no, you got to pick that up at the front desk on the ship. So then she walked right back to the ship, just for them to tell her, oh no, you got to pick it up at the Juve location, which is off the boat. Like, she going back and forth, and she tried to get her money back, and she pretty much got the runaround. She emailed them, no response. I emailed them, no response. I had to follow up again with the email, no response. After we signed up for our damn program, Don't Miss a Thing program for Uber this year, and then I tacked on, hey, just FYI, my sister never received any type of communication regarding her refund for Juve. And then that's when it was like, oh, you gotta wait for another department to contact you. Like, why don't you know the procedures of when someone didn't get their order fulfilled and they're just trying to get their money back, or maybe apply a credit, since we are going on Uber this year, apply a credit to that person's account and say, okay, since you didn't get your Juve package, here's a $100 credit towards, the following year. It's like stuff like that where they can redeem themselves. Like, Carnival is truly stressful. It's a stressful hobby. It's stressful. It's stressful to me. I know people enjoy it, but me being in several incidents where you not having your costume, or you can't go to certain fetes because you're spending all night in a mask camp, like waiting for your costume to be made, and you not getting a certain ticket that you paid for, and getting to run around and trying to get your money back. Like, it's just stuff like that that's just added up to the point where I'm just questioning myself, like, why am I giving my hard-earned dollars to this to these events, to this community where it just does not care about their constituents or their Carnival goers or the Soca goers or the fete goers? Like, why am I continue to, pretty much work myself hard just to give my money to someone who gives zero FUCK essence about you? It's just stuff like that just make me want to stop liking soca music, listening to it and all, stop supporting the DJs, stop supporting all the events, because it's just one thing after another where I'm like, maybe this isn't the scene for me. I get it that stuff happens, but when it's constantly happening, it's just like, whoa, let's take a step back, let's analyze it. What can I be doing better with my money than giving it to people that are not even meeting my standards or my expectations, And lastly, the one thing that really got me analyzing everything about the Soca community is, I was in this group chat. I'm not going to say their names because that's how irrelevant they are to me right now. and I pretty much heard how the main person over this group chat had this girl pretty much pay for her Soca fets that she was attending in Jamaica Carnival this year, and I think the whole package came out to like $200 and something just for this girl who's like the CEO of this group to not pay this girl back her money. However, she can afford a frontline costume.
Bitch, what?
And for those of you who, you know, never participated in Caribbean Carnival, it's tiers to certain costumes. You know, you have your backline costume, which is going to be your cheapest costume, and that can range. It just depends on where you're at. Certain location costumes cost, you know, a little less, and some cost a little bit more because they know the demand is there and they can charge a little bit more for the backline costumes. And then you go like the midline, and then you have frontline. But pretty much this girl that, you know, had this other girl pay for her fat tickets, which was $200 something, had the nerve to have on a frontline costume for Jamaica Carnival, and I believe Trinidad Carnival. And Trinidad Carnival is the most expensive carnival that anybody can ever go to. And for someone to, you know, help you out and pay for your fat tickets, and for you to not pay them back, but you have the nerve to have on a frontline costume.
Bruh.
I have a problem with that. I definitely do. So I made a post on my IG against it, and I hashtag the group that I once was in but no longer in, don't care about anymore. And then I guess like this the group minions started to hit me up in my DMs saying, hey, this well-known Soca DJ wants you to come up on his radio show and talk about my post and stuff like that. And so me, I was at work that day. You know, I work Monday through Friday. This is how I pay for, you know, these Soca Fests that I go to. I work Monday through Friday. I work from 8 to 5, sometimes a little bit longer, depending on my workload, because I want to make sure that I clear my work for that day. And so he wanted me to come up on his radio show and talk about my posts and my issue that I have with this one particular group of women. I really don't have a problem with the women in the group. Maybe the minions, because they can never admit when the group's CEO is wrong, and that's wrong of them to, you know, ride somebody's coattail when they're doing other people dirty. And I felt like she was doing people who do not stay in New York dirty. Like, she was doing people who stayed in Chicago dirty. She was doing people who stayed in Florida dirty. She was doing people who stayed in Atlanta dirty. Like, the list goes on and on. But you got people who are in New York City who she probably treats okay. I don't know too much about them and all of what they do. But they, the people that's the minions, never experience what we experience. The people who are in different states and trying to get stuff from this girl, and then to hear another story about a girl who's from Trinidad and Tobago who paid $200 and something for this girl's Soca Fat tickets for JA. It just took me back to my little incident that I had with this one particular group over t-shirts, because I paid $70 for 3 t-shirts. Only got 2 t-shirts, and like had to hound this girl down just to get semi-refund, which was only $35, and I had to wait all the way. Like, Ubersoca was in October, went on Ubersoca Cruise, came back, and then like was trying to hit her up about my t-shirts and being missing, and how the shirt sizes was cut out, and how I wanted a refund and stuff like that, yada yada yada. Like, the girl was in the main group chat, you know, posting and about stuff and events and things like that. But then when it came to me, you know, DMing her on the side, it's like she was swerving me. So, and that's one thing that I do not tolerate is, you know you're doing somebody dirty, is like, own up to it. I get certain people just do not like conflict, but this is, if you want to be a CEO of a group, this is what you basically have to go through, you know, going through those trials and tribulations when things do not go right, you know, own up to it and learn from it and move forward. She didn't want to own up to it. She acted like I was stalking her when people was hitting me up like, hey, she posting up on Snap. Hey, she made an IG post. Like, people are hitting me up. I don't have to follow you. Other people are following you for me and letting me know, hey, hit her up and ask for your money back. Like I said, it took her about a good 2 months for her to give me half of the money back that you know, I only requested half at this point because I know she didn't have $70, you know. I guess she really needed the other half of that $70 because she trying to make it seem like I'm hurting for $70 when she didn't even have the full amount to give me. So all I just took was $35 because it was the principle. You get me? But yeah, back to the story. I made that post on Instagram about her, you know, buying frontline costumes and not having money to pay the girl back. Like I said, her millions was in my inbox. Next thing you know, the well-known Soca DJ in New York was in my inbox, wanted me to come on his show, couldn't come on his show. Next thing you know, I heard that he was talking about how I worked at KFC and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, just going on and on. Like, I don't have a problem with, you know, working at KFC. It's just like, at least I could pay for my Soca facts. At least I could pay, you know, to get to and from without borrowing money from other people or using money that people give me for something for something else. Because that's what I feel that she was doing with the money, and that's pretty much why it was taking her forever to pay people back, because she was using the money for something else. Because one, I heard she does not have a job, so how are you paying for these? How are you paying to get to and from these carnivals? How are you paying, you know, for lodging, hotel, airfare, stuff like that? Not unless you're traveling in Spirit. She may be traveling Spirit. Some cheap airline. But anyway, yes, back to this DJ getting into female drama. Like, what guy you know gets into female drama? Like, dude, you a whole dude, and you getting in between some female rah. And my issue wasn't even with him. It was with the CEO of this group. But I guess he felt the need to jump into my DMs and stand up for the CEO of this group and just talk all sideways, how I'm disrespecting him. Like, I'm so happy that you up on this girl's coattail. You standing up for your side, boo. Right on, ride or die for the side chicks. You showing that side chicks got hope. But the way that he came at me was just like, dude, you talking to a whole female. Like, these messages was like, these messages, yo, a whole dude feeling some type of way because I made a post regarding a certain type of Soca group. Like, dude, one, take care of your car note because I heard it got repoed, and two, handle that credit, boo, because I heard that credit score is boo-boo, it's basuda. Like, handle it. Allegedly, let me put that in, allegedly, you got cars repoed and your credit score is poor. It's horrible. But yeah, I'm not gonna try to take it there, you know, because they already tried to take it there with me while I was at work, working at KFC, you know. But it's like stuff like that that's just making me take a step back from the whole entire Soca community, from like Soca events, Soca fest. Like 2019, this is like going to be my last year, like pretty much traveling to these events and carnival fests and stuff like that, because it just really just makes me think like I support these events, which these events pay these DJs, which these DJs got the nerve to talk to people crazy like that. Like, do that make sense? Like, that don't make sense at all to me. If anything, if I was a DJ and I was trying to stay neutral and trying to understand like what's going on, I would have stayed neutral. Like, let me hear your side of the story without you being in attack mode. Like, let me attack for my side chick, or let me attack for my home girl who's wrong. Like, if that's your home girl and she's doing people wrong, or if that's your side chick and she's doing people wrong, you need to pull that person off to the side and let them know, hey, what that person is doing is totally wrong and is making the whole brand look bad. So But that's just me. I see the world black and white, and I guess I just expect so much from people that when I don't see, you know, certain behaviors in return, I am let down. Not saying that I'm expecting, you know, stuff in return, but it's just like, hey, I'm supporting you, and this is the treatment that you give me. It's like a stepchild or something like that. So it's just stuff like that that's just making me realize, like, the Soca community is not for me. You know, I do enjoy the music, but even now I haven't really listened to Soca music like that. When this whole incident went down, like, I unfollowed hella things that was related to Soca because I'm just over it. Like, it's sad to say that, you know, I'm like over Soca, the whole Soca community, and, you know, I'm just over it. And this is my main point of making this video, is to pretty much educate people of the mishaps of Carnival, and how people still go and support these events just to get treated like SHIT. And it's like, certain people have to take a stand for what is right, and put your foot down and let these people know I will not be treated like this. I pay my money just like the next person, or the person that's a friend of a friend of a friend. Shouldn't I get the same type of treatment when I'm in these bands, mass bands? When I'm a carnival goer, I'm a masquerader, you know, going to these Soca fests and Soca events. Like, shouldn't I be treated with like some type of I don't know why I say respect, but shouldn't I be treated well enough to where, you know, you appreciate me coming out to support your events, and you want people, and you want me to bring people with me next time? Because now every Soca event I'm over here like giving a side eye, like, I don't know if I can trust it. And, you know, they sell out of tickets and stuff like that for like certain cruises, and people can't get their money back. And it's a lot, and I get it. I get that certain events are going to have its mishaps, but in the Soca community, it just happens too often for me, to the point, like I said, I'm just taking a step back. Ubersoca Cruise will be my last Soca event. For a while, I was thinking of doing Trinidad and Tobago for 2020, but the way things have been like playing out over the last over the last year, like stuff going on with bands and, you know, masqueraders not having their costumes, stuff like that. It's just, I can't give my money, like, and that's a lot of money. Trinidad and Tobago is a lot of money, and when you spending thousands of dollars, okay, you're not spending $1, $2, $3, you're spending up to probably $4,000. And if I'm spending $4,000, I better get some food, I better get some liquor, I better get some water at least, like. And but no, I don't know. I get that certain people have a good experience, but I feel for the people who don't, because my money's spent just like the rest of you guys, you know, and that's what they fail to realize. I don't know. I'm just, like, it was a Soca event here in Chicago, and I was not really feeling it. Moto came, I wasn't feeling him like that either. Like, I was acting pretty stush. And I'm not the type of person to act stush in the Soca Fest. Like, I'm the person like, hey, having a good time, dancing, you know, just being me, a good person. And it's just like, I can't even enjoy this stuff anymore because how this whole community it's just messed up. But this video is 30 minutes long. You can tell by my tone that, you know, I'm not really feeling it. When I was making my Caribbean Carnival videos, I was excited, you know. Now I'm just like so monotone, so dry. But this is the downfall of Caribbean carnivals in the Caribbean community with these Soca events and stuff like that. It's just, I just had to make this video to get this stuff off my chest, because I wonder if other people are feeling the exact same way as I who loved soca music, who loved going to these soca events, and then things just happen to the point where you're just like, other people like, yeah, these soca events coming up, and you just over here like, so like, this is gonna be the first time where Chicago has like major events, and the one particular DJ that talked to me sideways is coming to Chicago, and I don't even want to come to his event because how of a jerk this person was. Like, dude. Like, dude, I don't understand. Who raised you? Like, that's all I gotta say. Who raised you? Because if you were a true man, you would know to stay out of females' issues if it's a problem between two females. But yeah, hopefully my next video won't be too long, because I know it's been a while. I shouldn't have left you without another beat to step two, step two, step two, step two. But yeah, hopefully my next video is a little bit more upbeat, you know, less dry, because I feel like I'm very dry talking about this. But this is life, you know, and everything is not going to go your way, but I'm here to share my experience with people and just give them, you know, the 411 on what's going down in the soca community. Yet y'all can pay these DJs and soca artists all this money in the world just to treat your carnival goers like crap. If it wasn't for us, y'all wouldn't have the money to pay these, you know, soca DJs and soca artists to come to you guys' events. So it's just like, y'all really got things messed up. They definitely do. And until they get things right, which I don't even know if they'll ever get things right, it's just, this is what it has to be. I'm putting my foot down. I'm taking a stand. Other people can go. I'm not judging. Have a good time, but Kamaya will not be giving her money to any type of event that treat their people that support them like crap. Sorry, can't do it. Can't do it anymore. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this video. Like I said, comment below if you understand where I'm coming from, or I don't know. I don't want to say I'm tripping, because I've been in this type of mood. I've been in this type of mood for about a good 3 weeks now, 3-4 weeks now, and I don't know if I'm gonna come out of it. You know, I'm usually jamming to soca music on my way to work, and now I'm not even, you know, trying to listen to that. I'm not trying to keep up with the latest soca music videos, whatever. And this is why I think the soca community will, I won't say, it won't be as big as it could be because of how they treat people. And I get it, like in regular hip hop industry, you know, certain events don't go this way, but I never really been to a bad concert that was ran, you know, badly for like the hip hop community, R&B community, or whatever. Like, for the most part, if I pay for something, you better believe I'm gonna everything's gonna come through, you know, meet and greet, etc. No shady business going on. And it just seemed with the soca community, it's a lot of shady stuff going on. But yeah, like I said, hopefully you learned something. If you feel the exact same way as I, leave a comment below. We could talk it out. This is what my channel is all about. It's, like I said, to educate folks. And yeah, just go from there. I hope to pretty much vlog a few soca events that I'll be going to, just to give you guys, and I'll be rating them on a scale of 1 to 10 and see if they really did redeem themselves. But I got 3 soca events left for the year, and then after that I'm done. Like, I'm tapped out. I am drained. They draining my pockets, and they draining me mentally, like mentally and physically. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs it up if you want to hear more carnival talks like this, and I will see you guys on the next video. And I'm out.